The serpentine subgroup are greenish, brownish, or spotted minerals commonly found in serpentinite rocks. They are used as a source of magnesium and asbestos, and as a decorative stone. The name is thought to come from the greenish color being that of a serpent. The serpentine group describes a group of common rock-forming hydrous magnesium iron phyllosilicate 3 silicon oxide minerals. They may contain minor amounts of other elements including chromium, manganese, cobalt and nickel. In mineralogy and gemology, serpentine may refer to any of 20 varieties belonging to the serpentine group. Owing to admixture, these varieties are not always easy to individualize, and distinctions are not usually made. There are 3 important mineral polymorphs of serpentine: antigerite, chrysotile and lizardite. The chrysotile group of minerals are polymorphous, meaning that they have the same chemical formulae, but the molecules are arranged into different structures, or crystal lattices. Chrysotile with a fibrous habit is one type of asbestos. Other minerals in the chrysotile group may have a platy habit. Many types of serpentine have been used for jewelry and hard stone carving, sometimes under the name false jade or Teton jade. Overview: their olive-green color and smooth scaly appearance is the basis of the name, from the Latin serpentinus, meaning serpent rock. According to Best, they have their origins in metamorphic alterations of peridotite and pyroxene. Serpentines may also pseudomorphously replace other magnesium silicates. Alterations may be incomplete, causing physical properties of serpentines to vary widely. Where they form a significant part of the land surface, the soil is unusually high in clay. Antigerite is the polymorph of serpentine that most commonly forms during metamorphism of wet ultramafic rocks and is stable at the highest temperatures, to over 600 degrees Celsius at depths of 60 kilometers or so. In contrast, lizardite and chrysotile typically form near the Earth's surface and break down at relatively low temperatures, probably well below 400 degrees Celsius. It has been suggested that chrysotile is never stable relative to either of the other 2 serpentine polymorphs. Samples of the oceanic crust and uppermost mantle from ocean basins document that ultramafic rocks that commonly contain abundant serpentine. Antigerite contains water in its structure, about 13% by weight. Hence, antigerite may play an important role in the transport of water into the Earth in subduction zones and in the subsequent release of water to create magmas in island rocks. And some of the water may be carried to yet greater depths. Soils derived from serpentine are toxic to many plants because of high levels of nickel, chromium, and cobalt. Growth of many plants is also inhibited by low levels of potassium and phosphorus and a low ratio of calcium, magnesium. The flora is generally very distinctive, with specialized, slow-growing species. Areas of serpentine-derived soil will show strips of shrubland and open, scattered small trees within otherwise forested areas. These areas are called serpentine barrens. Most serpentines are opaque to translucent, light, soft, infusible and susceptible to acids. All are microcrystalline and massive in habit, never being found as single crystals. Luster may be vitreous, greasy or silky. Colors range from white to gray, yellow to green, and brown to black, and are often splotchy or veined. Many are intergrown with other minerals, such as calcite and dolomite. Occurrences Worldwide: New Caledonia, Canada, US, Afghanistan, Britain, Greece, China, Ural Mountains, France, Korea, Austria, India, Myanmar, New Zealand, Norway and Italy are notable localities. Serpentines find use in industry for a number of purposes, such as railway ballasts, building materials, and the asbestiform types find use as thermal and electrical insulation. The asbestos content can be released to the air when serpentine is excavated and if it is used as a road surface, forming a long-term health hazard by breathing. Asbestos from serpentine can also appear at low levels in water supplies through normal weathering processes, but there is as yet no identified health hazard associated with use or ingestion. In its natural state, some forms of serpentine react with carbon dioxide and re-release oxygen into the atmosphere. The more attractive and durable varieties are termed noble or precious serpentine and are used extensively as gems and in ornamental carvings. The town of Beira in the historic Punjab province of the Indian subcontinent was known for centuries for finishing a relatively pure form of green serpentine obtained from quarries in Afghanistan into lapidary work, cups, ornamental sword hilts, and dagger handles. This high-grade serpentine ore was known as Sanga Yasham to the English false jade, and was used for generations by Indian craftsmen for lapidary work. It is easily carved, taking a good polish, and is said to have a pleasingly greasy feel. Less valuable serpentine ores of varying hardness and clarity are also sometimes dyed to imitate jade. Misleading synonyms for this material include Suzo jade, Styrian jade, and New jade. New Caledonian Serpentine is particularly rich in nickel. The Maori of New Zealand once carved beautiful objects from a local serpentine, which they called tangi, meaning tears. The lapis atricius of the Romans, now known as verde antique, or verde antico, is a serpentinite breccia popular as a decorative facing stone. In classical times it was mined at Kasambala, Thessaly, Greece. Serpentinite marbles are also widely used. Green Connemara marble from Connemara Island, and red Rosso di Levanto marble from Italy. Use is limited to indoor settings as serpentinites do not weather well. Antigerite. Lamellated antigerite occurs in tough, pleated masses. It is usually dark green in color, but may also be yellowish-gray, brown or black. It has a hardness of 3.5 to 4 and its luster is greasy. The monoclinic crystals show micaceous cleavage and fuse with difficulty. Antigerite is named after its type locality, the Geisfad serpentinite Vale Antigorio in border region Italy, Switzerland. Boronite is an especially hard serpentine of a light to dark apple green color, are often mottled with cloudy white patches and dark veining. It is the serpentine most frequently encountered in carving and jewelry. The name retinolite is sometimes applied to yellow boronite. The New Zealand material is called tangi. Although not an official species, boronite is the state mineral of Rhode Island. This is also the variety's type locality. A boronite cabochon featured as part of the Our Mineral Heritage brooch was presented to First Lady Mrs. Lady Bird Johnson in 1967. Williamsite is a local varietal name for antigerite that is oil green with black crystals of chromite or magnetite often included. Somewhat resembling fine jade, Williamsite is cut into cabochons and beads. It is found mainly in Maryland and Pennsylvania, U.S. Gymnite is an amorphous form of antigerite. It was originally found in the Bear Hills, Maryland, and is named from the Greek gymnos, meaning bare naked. State emblem. In 1965, the California legislature designated serpentine as the official state rock and lithologic emblem.